Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Stonehearth with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to the construction of our little sweatshop in order to really boost our economy and start getting closer to our 50 halfling goal. So in today's episode, that's exactly what we're going to be doing, building the sweatshop and sorting out the farms so that we have a continuous supply of silkweed, so that we can have a continuous supply of tapestries, and any other item which seems to be somewhat valuable. Now, it's been a while since we've played this game, and the reason being, I was really unsure about how to carry on with the series. Do I simply call the series Alpha 19? Do I make a brand new season? Or do I continue to call this Alpha 18, and then just ignore the fact it's 19 until we're finished? Because honestly, there's not all that much in Alpha 19 that affects the Ascendancy. The Ascendancy, of course, are the faction we are currently playing as. Most of the changes revolve around giving the Raya's children, I believe they're called, an actual campaign similar to ours. And of course, we've already finished ours, we have our fountains and everything else, so there's not really all that much to do. So I think there are some changes to 19, so what I think we're going to do is we're going to play them down a little bit. There's not really much we can use from them anyway, and just plow on ahead to finish this season. Probably 2, maybe 3 more episodes if you include this one. So we've got our sweatshop being built, and then over here we're going to design a new building similar to the carpenter building over here, which is going to belong most likely to the blacksmith, so that we can finally have Craftsman's Terrace as Craftsman's Terrace. But first, I'm going to allow the halflings to finish off the new building, and hopefully tomorrow we'll get a new person. We were very close when we ended the last episode. I've decided that Dora the Explorer is now going to be an archer. Originally, she was going to become one of our knights, but considering how many knights we already have, with the Black Knight also getting ready to become a knight, I think we just need a little bit more damage, and as much as the footmen are pretty good, the archers are just far more consistent. So there we are, we now have 3 archers, we have 2 footmen, we have 3 knights, and how many clerics do we have? And we have 2 clerics. So it's a pretty powerful group at the moment, even if it's still a little bit too much on the defensive side. I wonder if we can actually make the Black Knight a knight already. Yes, we can. Fantastic. And now I'm going to look to see if we can have a new name for Tippy Pounder. That is the weirdest name I think we've seen naturally so far. Who is also perfect to be in the military. Which is actually a little bit annoying because we don't really need more people. Oh, I guess we could. Tippy, you're going to be a soldier. You're going to become an archer. Daily update. We do have a new person. So, who is the new person? Hello there. So if anyone wants to rename this lovely fellow, then of course in the comments please remember to put his name in the comments so I can easily search through all the comments. You are a decent cleric, and that's it really. And so the renaming has been done, and I instantly forgot to add our little star here next to the name. So Tippy has been renamed as Asami. So now we have Asami, we have Bolin, and of course we have Cora. So a lot of main characters from the show all being put together, and wow, you are really just leaving those veggies everywhere. Just absolutely everywhere. I'm guessing it's honestly because we just don't have enough workers to really work, although Dracula is apparently idle. Why is Dracula... Oh no. Oh no. No, you're not stuck. You're not stuck. Are you both stuck? Oh, you are kidding me. Halflings! I was praising your AI before. That is not fair. Is the wall actually up? It's hard to put my camera in a position where it would show me. Yeah, the wall's up. They're actually trapped in there. So I can either remove it or remove it. Otherwise, I'm losing 2 halflings. And now they're taking damage, and our healer's healing it. That is really annoying. And that really is the problem with custom buildings. There's no reason they should have built in that order and got themselves trapped. They're not even finished in there, that's the funny thing. If they finished from ground up, they wouldn't have got stuck. This game. This is the one problem which still persists. I really am scared to build anything too elaborate because people get stuck. They also got stuck in this building over here, and I had to rebuild it, so... remove. Yeah, remove it. Just do the thing. There we are. The building has been placed down again, but this time there is a small escape hatch at the back, so when they're building this section, there's no way they can get permanently trapped, as long as other halflings can get in to actually build ladders and allow them free passage. So no matter what happens, they shouldn't get trapped. Now I'm saying that. Am I completely convinced by this? No, I'm really not, but I'm hoping that that's going to be the case. Now over here we do need a little bit more stone, so I'm going to continue to dig into the mountainside. Let's get all of this into our inventory, and then hopefully we can carry on from there, because sadly, I ran out of stone building the last one, and now we're building it again. Another goal we can work towards whilst our sweatshop is being rebuilt again is to build the Decorative Scout Gong. Upon building this, we will start a new wave of enemies, which will then allow us to get the next level of Gong, and so on and so forth, until we've beaten the most fearsome of the Orcish Horde. And honestly, we have a really powerful military at the moment, and soon we're going to have yet another archer, so hopefully we can just defeat them really easily. So I'm going to queue this up, even though I can't build it just yet, and put it right at the top. And then I'm going to get our lovely blacksmith, who is now level 5, to just build absolutely everything he can, including making 30 of these. Let's make them first, because silver actually gets quite a bit of experience, even though it is just smelting, which normally isn't too much. Ooh, we can build this, which requires steel. I can make steel. Okay, so steel first. Make these 6 steel ingots. Then after they're done, we can make a longsword, which will be one of our knights upgraded, so at least one of our knights is doing a little bit more damage. That may also be why we're doing so little damage, though, to be honest. If all of our knights are still quite poorly equipped, which they are, then getting the longswords for all of them will be a nice damage increase, considering we are using 3 of them at the moment. Also making sure all of our archers are equipped with the specialised arrows and the upgraded bow as soon as they reach the level required. Asami has already reached level 6 footman. That was really quick. I assume the footman role is actually quite easy to learn though, especially since we're now fighting against harder enemies. So there we are, one brand new archer. And it's a brand new day, and sadly we don't quite have a net worth. So the next thing I'm going to need to do is to sadly sacrifice a couple of chickens, like so. Then those feathers can be used at our weaver's workbench so that we can make some new types of specialised arrows. We'll have the spiky quivers, and then we can also have a couple of the fire quivers. There we are, 2 of each. I'm not quite sure why the weaver's working on the bolt of leather when we have this up here. And actually, the bolt of leather does bring up something. We do need a trapper. So I think the next person we get will be a trapper, but right now, since we're still building out and trying to get everything sorted, using one of our workers as a non-dedicated worker right now would just be difficult. Blue hooded archer, blue hooded archer, blue hooded archer, Wolverine. The stairs and landing are built, and look, there's no one trapped inside. Well done, halflings, you didn't kill yourself. Another day in which you can live, breathe, and eat corn. Our blacksmith is level 6, and as such we now have the Scout's Gong. So I'm going to put that all the way up here as a bit of a monument, so as soon as that's placed, we should be attacked by a rather difficult set of enemies. It may take a while to actually be placed, however, since the workers are still well, working on the building. Or maybe they will prove me wrong. Honestly, it's still beneficial for us, so I'm okay being proven wrong when it's of benefit to the village, because that's all I really care about. I'm actually a very benevolent leader, but people seem to be always surprised by that. Now work on the sweatshop. Ooh, hello. A kobold stares longingly at your piles of gold. Ooh, shinies! Gong, emerald. Where's the emerald here? Is it meant to be on the gong? Because it's literally built out of one of your hats, so it shouldn't be that fabulous to you. We see you many treasures in piles and boxes. Far, far too many boxes. Us need many, many loots. You share, yes? You see, why do I feel like if there was an alternate option here saying, yes, we will share with you, we will cooperate, that all of this warfare, all of this hatred between our two races could stop. However, I just have this. Why do you need it? You ask why? We offer to great goddess Kulgana. Yes, Kulgana, that's how you say that. Bring great riches after life. Now you know you need to give us treasure. Now here's the option we could put there. Nah. Okay, so he's going to take it. So I assume very soon we'll be under attack. Oh, hello. You know, I think we have enough forces to just go in there and just rush them. I have more military by far than my last playthrough, and the last playthrough we absolutely obliterated the first wave, so just run in. Hodor's leading the charge with his glorious hat. Also very soon I should have a new sword for the footman as well, the two-handed sword, which should be quite a bit of extra damage. Hello there. Wow, we've got so many archers this time. Hodor, maybe you shouldn't be in the lead, considering you have like, no damage mitigation. Punk, please get in the front so you can do some nice AoE healing. And Hodor, you can run the hell away before you die. How's that? Thank you, Hodor. Do they have any healers we should be focusing on? Doesn't seem like it. Seems like it's just pure aggression. They have archers, they have footmen, and they have a worker. Why did you bring a worker here? Well, I guess you had to build these adorable little huts. I kind of wish we could use these, because it would look really cool in the desert, like a nomad theme. Focus firing would be better here. Kill him. Let's speed up time a little bit. The lack of DPS in this group is still bad, although now we do have 4 archers. The archers are still leveling up, so when they get to higher levels, they can use the better bow, do more damage, and have all the special abilities. The Kobold Scout whimpers on the ground. Us too weak. Put out Elite Gong if you dares. Okay, daily update as well. The blacksmith has unlocked the Decorative Elite Gong recipe. And this is our cleric, rather. Building up. You see, now I said footman, I thought of workers for some reason. My mind just went to mush there. I was going to say, it was going to be hilarious before I messed it up. There is the cleric beating up the worker. Then I thought worker. Then I thought building, and I don't do the speaking very well, to be perfectly honest. How's the... Ooh, the sweatshop is almost finished. Fantastic. Don't get trapped on the roof. Even though you have scaffolding and ladders, I still don't trust you. I see you two socializing. That's it. Break it up. That's actually why I have such a powerful military here, just to break up social interaction. All of you will be chronic introverts, none of you will talk to each other, and you will focus on your work. And so we can live in a peaceful society. That's the only way to true happiness with oneself. Now, let's work on this. So what I'm going to need is some new tailors, which I will convert our existing citizens into. And then, of course, I'm going to need some new tailor stuff in there. And I'm going to build a couple more crates. Let's do this so I can actually see inside. Ah, see, that's annoying. That bit of roofing there counts as being a side section, not a top section, so it does it like this. Anyway, Going to put some chests on the inside which will only be able to hold the silkweed. That way, when I'm growing silkweed over here, we don't have to move it all the way over there or to other sections. It can just be piled straight in. Because efficiency is the first cornerstone of a good sweatshop. Is what my father told me. It's just such a weird thing to say. I can't do that in a straight face. The workers have randomly left a single hunk of stone on the top of this roof. I don't know why this annoys me, but it really does. In addition to the fact, they've also left a bale of wheat. I would normally use the cheat code to simply destroy these items because we are also losing the item itself, but I'm going to leave them there, even though it annoys me. Because it's just such a weird thing for them to do. And will always prove to us that the Halflings are sodding weird. So, hopefully, I should now have some of the items needed built. So let's have a quick look-see. Yeah, we have some of the Weaver's workbenches, so we'll put those next to the chests. Is there any better way to look inside this thing? There we are, just looking from the back in the same way. Okay, well, at least we can actually see inside now. That's the important thing, so I can get to using all of these. I also forgot we have 4 of these, not 3. So we don't even have enough of the Weaver's workbenches. Well, we can pretend that we are currently under renovation still, and that's why only 3 of these sections is going to be running at the start. Then we have the spinning wheel, which I'll put, like, here. I think that would be okay. If we put one like this. Then the other on the other side in the same way. Yeah, then this area in here then is the workspace. Okay, that makes sense. Either way, though, we do have enough stuff now for 3 of these. Oh, no, stop, bad. Only allow that. Plants for the fibre itself, sorry, for the silkweed itself, decorations for the finished product, and thread, cloth, and leather for, well, thread, cloth, and leather. That's already done. Okay, so what we need now is a couple more weavers. Do we have the item needed for that? Of course we don't. Why would we have the item we need? That would require planning for things in the future, which we all know Lathrix is so very good at. But on the upside, my talking in the third person skill is definitely improving. A new day and sadly no new person. However, I think this is going to help out with the clutter around here. So, in the last episode, I removed the ability of all of our farmers to do this job, moving the crops and other random items on the floor into the chests, because we noticed that a lot of the farmers would make that the more important thing over actually doing their job, which is planting the new seeds and harvesting them, which was causing them to be really inefficient, and at the time, that wasn't a big deal, making them no longer able to do the hauling, because we had so many workers able to do it for them. But now we only have 3 workers, and they were so caught up doing other things, well, that just became a bit of a problem. And now, hopefully, I should have the items required for the last room, and yes, I do. So let's put all these in, as soon as the farmer moves out of the way. There we are, we're just waiting on the spindle, so as soon as we have that we can put that in. So now, I'm going to go ahead and promote 2 of our workers into tailors. So Elvis, you are officially a weaver, not a tailor, you are a weaver, and Dracula is like the ultimate body, so you would be a really good archer, so I'll leave you as you are for now, and you were going to be a cleric, but honestly, I just need the money at the moment so you can get some more workers to replace you, and then continue with that. So hopefully now we have 2 more weavers, we should really start seeing some increase in our value. Can you guys stop talking in the weaver's work area? That's really weird. Did I not ask for that last workshop? Could have swore that I did. No, I didn't. Okay, well that explains that then. We didn't have the spinning wheel. There we are. Let's put that all the way to the top. That was weird. It kind of stopped being held. And again, I guess when they swap what they're doing, sometimes it can make you let go of the thing. That was really, really bizarre. Don't really need... Oh, no, I will take the feathers. But then I'll sell to you a lot of junk. It's been 1 day since the Sweatshop officially opened its doors, and here we are with a brand new villager. So, of course, if you would like to name this fellow, then in the comments below, make sure to include his name, so I can easily find the comment, and then, of course, your epic suggestion. He has a fantastic mind stat and decent body and spirit, so most likely he's going to go straight into the Sweat Workshop, because it turns out I did a little bit of a derp. I know, how surprising is that? Now, when you first become a weaver, when one of our minions first becomes a weaver, you're not instantly level 1. In fact, you start off with the title Apprentice, which is essentially level 0. Only once you reach level 1 can you start making the wall-mounted tapestries. So, although we had all these extra weavers, they couldn't actually do anything, they were just sitting around. So now I've added this at the very bottom, at the lowest priority, making millions of them, but of course as soon as they level up, they will start building everything above this. The small wall-mounted banner. It's worth a little bit of money. It has a very slight increase in value from its original ingredients, and it will level them up since it is an Apprentice Plus item. So now they're hard at work doing that within our little Sweat Workshop. Our little Sweatshop. Sweat Workshop. That sounds far more disgusting. Ooh, well done Elvis, already level 1 in weaving, and so making the new tapestries. And now it's time to get back to adding our weed. I hear that it has some medical properties as well. Our newest villager is already a weaver, so there we are, we now have 4 weavers, with 2 of them already able to make the tapestries. So hopefully in the coming few days we should really see a spike in the net worth of the village. I've also decided to put down a full square of the silkweed here rather than just half of it like I was originally going to do, so there should be no way we don't have enough silkweed at any given time to make the tapestries. There also appears to be a wolf. Okay then. Not much of an increase since yesterday, but I didn't really expect that after only 1 night. Hopefully after tomorrow, that's when we should really see the change. Now, what we need to do is work on the top section of this building. I don't really know what we're going to use it for. It could be a very cramped bed space for the people who work in the sweatshop, and then of course we could allocate each bed to each of the weavers, so that way there's no way that other people can sleep there. It could be a small cooking area, since it's near the food sections, and will make this whole section more efficient, since we could also add some chairs and tables. Or we could have more weavers' workbenches, which of course would simply increase the amount of weavers we have working at any given time. I'm really not too certain. I think the weaver option, or the bed option, is probably the best. But having somewhere to eat in addition to the usual spaces would also be pretty good. Currently we have only over here, and we are going to convert this soon, although there's no rush considering it's not really in any major workway. Work path. No one's really walking past there very often. I have gone with the bed option. This way, all of our weavers have somewhere very close by to sleep, and it also allows me to sneak in a little bit of extra storage. The more boxes we have around, the easier it is to store items without having to go to great lengths to move from place to place. So that's a pretty good idea. Now, one thing I could do, and I'm actually very, very tempted by this, is we could save this building as new shop, and then we could copy and paste it directly behind. This way we have 4 more weavers over here, we have more beds, and then the lack of windows on the back section here would make sense. We could even have a small walkway through here to make things more effective. I think that would be good, because then it also looks more industrial. Although we could also simply add an extra building here, right next to it. And then this could be used for more housing. I'm not too sure. Let's have a quick look, see how it looks. So, custom, new shop. After looking for a while, what I think I've decided is we are indeed going to put this like this, right next to it, so that we are making a sort of industrial section over here. And then, as we build the road here, we can make something on the corner, perhaps like somewhere to eat, or another sleeping area, or something else. So you will be built, yes, and then the new daily update. And not really that much net worth increase. That is a little bit surprising since we now have the extra weavers. What are you guys doing? Crafting bolt of... Oh, they are refreshing all of that stuff. Okay, so once they've refreshed that, then they will get back to making the new items. It takes a little bit of startup, but once everything's stable, then they can start making the tapestries as the most important thing. A lot of them are still building all this stuff. Very soon, the tapestries will be built, and then we shall be rich. So I figured out the problem as to why our net worth wasn't really increasing. Now this is something we figured out in the previous season, and then I completely forgot about it. One weaver can only work on one project, and one project cannot be worked on by more than one weaver. Because of this constant, we had all of our weavers building things of lower priority, rather than building the 600 tapestries which I put up earlier. So now I've duplicated it with a ridiculously high number, so at any given time, all of our weavers can work on the tapestries. So as you can see, all of these are now green, which means all of them have that as the next thing to be built. When they stop going green, they are simply storing it before working on a new one. So hopefully now, we have the true 4 times income from the previous version. At least that's what should be happening now, and I'm fairly confident it's actually doing that. And apparently, it's time to disturb some graves and be a little bit rude, destroying tombstones. I mean, it's not the undead's fault. It's not the people who are buried here's fault, it's just the necromancer. Surely just killing the necromancer would be the good thing to do. Time to desecrate some land. Hopefully a candlestick will be dropped. I've got 1 so far in total, and yes, 1 stone floor candle holder has been got. And we really need some more workers, because right now we are collecting nothing. Look, they're all working. Why did you do that? Oh, whoopsie-daisy. A little bit of inefficiency there, being forced to put the tapestry over there. Ah, look, it's a little pet squirrel. Yo. Daily update, and yes, our net worth has actually increased somewhat, so now we should be getting more people. But with that, I'm afraid I am all out of time for today's episode. In the next episode, we're going to start work on Craftsman's Terrace and really make a massive push on getting some more net worth. Now that our net worth is increasing fairly stably, we will be getting more villagers, which of course will become some more weavers, so that will increase and increase and increase. So, if you have enjoyed the video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Stonehearth is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.